What and I'm back with another video reviewing episode 3 of the Rurouni Kenshin reboot. Now before I go on, I'm going to show you this came in the post today. The Rurouni Kenshin Volume 1 manga. Now this is from the American release, but it does have a UK release since 5.99 here. But this is the American one. Because they're all out, but the ones I have, they don't show prices for manga. Like Black Cat. Like Black Cat Volume 1 is $7.99 in the US. Same with Hoshin Egi. The general creator Black Cat is also the creator of the recent series I Gotcha Triangle. This is a pretty old release of a manga. Just for the logo. See, back in the day, Shonen Jump, the English Shonen Jump used this logo. Just use this SG logo compared to the modern ones. See how old it is. Yeah. The volume goes up to the introduction of Sanosuke. Most simply, the bow. It probably won't be next week's episode. I think. I don't know, I'm going to read the chapter just in case next week. Anyway, this manga actually has a bonus story. It's short, but it's a bonus one. Actually, the creator, Nobuhiro Watsuki, actually did Rurouni Kenshin a year prior to the manga's publication. As you see, he included this one-shot story in the volume. That one-shot story is included here. Rurouni, Meiji Swordsman romantic story. This is actually the name of the volume cover as well. It's a mini story that's set off. I was released before the main manga series, so that's why. Wrote some different characters and stuff. I'm curious to see this story get adapted as a flashback Kenshin tells them. You know, that Kenshin decides to talk about. Like that story could be told as a flashback in an episode. And expand more on it. You know, explain some things that happened to the girl. I don't know, read that story yet. I'm going to be able to read soon. But it's not on the Shonen Jump app, but it's cool and original story is included in the Volume 1 manga. So basically it's a one-shot set before the story. I don't know how many pages it is. Let's see. On page 169. Oh. Ah, shit. That's kind of a problem now. They even make the exact same joke when he first chapter in the manga. Oh, Kenshin's age. Like, what is his actual age? He does not look like a 20-year-old. I mean, he does, but that's not what I meant. 169. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's just go back to this. 196, 197, 198, It's 169 to 198. So it's a long one shot. I'll see if we can look for it on the Shonen Jump app. It's a one shot story. And this episode is actually unique. That's the main story of chapter 3. That's chapter 4. It also says the chapter start actually sees it uses actually brings in a start of chapter 2 for the senior in the episode. I can't wait to notice that was absent. I don't know why I didn't notice that. But that's actually an interesting detail there, guys. Like, it's a very interesting detail. Now, there's a video on you. Did you know, actually, that the creator was actually the apprentice and assistant to the creator, Nobuhiro Watsuki, is none other than Eiichiro Oda, the creator of One Piece? Yeah, that's something I didn't know until I watched that video on YouTube talking about it. That's something I didn't know, so the series was connected after all. It's just a shame Jump Force because Kenshin is the only character, not Sanosuke, not Saito. Like, I understand Yahiko and Kaoru, they don't have any special techniques. Oh, come on. It's weird that he didn't include Sanosuke or Saito. They're the Shonen trio of the series. I'm getting off topic. That's good. Everyone, 26 minutes ago, we haven't talked about it yet. So the episode continues where we left off. Well, simply recaps the last few seconds. Carl actually noticing the whole thing. Young Yo's trying to quit being a pickpocket. So the Yakuza members beat the crap out of him. The boss offers him a second chance, but he refuses. So they keep beating him up, and even insult his family, which pisses him off. He even bites one of the guy's nutsack. Yeah. He gets pissed. No one insults his family. His father was a brave, honest man. His sacrifice was what he sacrificed his own, believing what he was doing was right. He never agreed with signing with the Japanese government. And his mother worked to the bone until she died, just to provide for him. Showing how much respect he's got for his parents. They loved him and cared for him. His dad died for his beliefs, which he respects. And his mother, besides his mother too, who gave up her own life just so he could be fed. And this is like back in the 18th century, I think. Was it like 18th century? Yeah. No, 19th actually. It actually takes place before 1888. Little detail, yeah. Let me just. I'm gonna go years ago in Kyoto. Let me hear the Meiji Age. Can't find anything. But there's a comment from Korea. Oh, sorry. Guys, I'm looking at the manga here. And this mentions of another series which starts Yahiko, a spin-off. Only came in publication in 1999. But it started in 1992. And just enough, ended maybe into the same year Naruto came out. And this So yeah, this Yahiko no Sakabato translation. Yahiko's reverse edge sword. I never heard of this story. Is it a one-shot story? Any information? Do you know any info about that? I'm curious. Curious to go look for it. Like, I never heard of this one-shot. And again, didn't hear the original one-shot either. Anyway, back to the topic. So anyway, Yahiko is rescued by Kenshin. So he beats the crap out of you guys. And threatens to us to let Yahiko go or else. Which he agrees to. Because he's scared shitless. Yeah, actually really does work on Kenshin's design. Like, just, you get chills looking at him when he's angry. Up close. That is very chilling. I say this reboot has been very faithful. And adding some unique touches to it. Being people accurate, but also doing some unique stuff with it. The story flow bar. I think this is a great reboot so far. Of course, still too early to judge. This is the third episode. We're gonna wait for the season's end. If it's gonna be 12 episodes, that means it's gonna end with a Shisengumi story. About against the Oniwaban group. That'll be the battle against them in the end of the season. So it means that introduction of Megumi. So I'm gonna judge the season when it ends. I give my honest thoughts on it. I'll also give my thoughts on it when I actually get reviewed. Also gonna give a re-review of the season when I complete the manga. Also read the stories as adapts tied to the Tokyo arc. Oh, okay. I'm sure I forgot to mention this in the videos about Pokemon Horizon anime. The official Pokemon the official Pokemon YouTube channel. Recently released a trailer for the Horizon's English dub. Yeah, Rico and Ryan actually sound good. I'm not sure about Free's voice though. I just like his Japanese voice better, but it may my opinion may change when I actually see the dub when it comes out. Because no release date has been yet, but they do release a 10-minute sneak peek of the first episode. If you're curious and fan, just go check it out. It's actually pretty interesting. And after that, Kachi asks Yahiko if he's okay, but he slaps Kenshin's hand, saying he could have done it. Why isn't he strong? Kenshin's taking back to Kao's dojo to treat his wounds. He just wanted to get stronger, so be more don't push him around. Anyway, Kao's worried. Kenshin tells him that he'll be studying under Kaoru from now on. I'm surprised about that. Of course, this begins the iconic dynamic those two are insulting each other. Now, did you know in the 1996 anime? Actually, interesting fact. Since the manga began publication in 1992 but ended in 1999, that means the anime had enough material to adapt. Yeah, they had more material to adapt at the time. Figure out when the anime came out. It came out in 1996, I think. Or was it 1994? 2 or 4 years later. I don't know, it's inconsistent. Anyway, even that, the anime had enough materials to adapt since after 2 years. But it depends on when the manga published and when the anime came out. British Shonen Jump Special. There's some advertisements at the start too. All new manga. Naruto Shippuden Volume 28. Prince of Tennis Volume 24. Black Cat Volume 13. Shamakin Volume 15. And One Piece Volume 17. East Blue. Interesting enough. Jeez. This is just so old. the advertisements. Especially with the comments on the mangaka. Since you know what what's the rest of our CP. And there's probably no way he'll return to the manga world after what happened. Of course, it was probably legal at the time he had them, so it's understandable. But still, disgusting. That's when his reputation is permanently ruined. So when fans look back on his work positively, they don't look back on the career positively, though. Even though he's not in jail, they still don't look back on him positively. Bollocks. I can't say it. I don't know why. I can't say it for some reason. It happens a lot. I get tongue-tied. I can't say the words I know how to say. Did you know, by the way, in some color versions of the manga, Kenshin's outfits depicted more of a blue instead of red. But I think the two colors make sense if you put the blue on the Batosai, but Kenshin wearing red. Like maybe the red symbolizes peace or something. I don't know. It's got to be some symbolism in the colors. I wonder if there's a story arc I wonder if that whole thing is a filler arc. Depends on how long the Megumi chapters are. The only rubber group chapters. Maybe 3 or 4 episodes. I don't know. Okay, but we'll definitely get there when the time is right. If it's a 12 episode season. And began airing 2 weeks ago. Who knows? Alright. After that, we transition into chapter 4. Well, yeah, he was just refusing college training. You know, why should be training someone like that? You know? I mean, here's a nice visual comedy. Yeah, they actually added a visual comedy from the original anime. Hey, I'll show you. Let's get to that specific part of the story. Actually, they added on it. Basically, you know those angry oval eyes they use in old anime back in the day. It was pretty expressive at the time. One Piece still uses those expressiveness. In case you know who the new dub cast is going to be, or they're going to be bringing back the original. Mostly, I think a new dub cast will work. This is a reboot, and the old cast is iconic, but you get what I mean. You see those little overall eyes right by there, but still, you can see that right there. The anime actually expands on those again, added it in this scene. So yeah. Anyway, if you Yahiko plays one is Kenshin human and like Kenshin comments, he's not going to teach him human Simbuki style. It should not be passed on. The technique was used for killing, so he does not want to pass on. I'm guessing know what his master, how much the comedy is going to be there when they talk to his master in the Kyoto arc, which is actually one of the best arcs. And the original anime really sold the arc. And it was readapted. And we actually got a favorite adaptation of the arc in a movie. I think. It was a movie, yes. I don't know. That's why I wanted to rewatch the fucking anime. But no, Crunchyroll to bloody remove it for some reason. Oh, I don't know what the hell they were thinking. I just don't get it. And there's no physical release of the original Rurouni Kenshin anime. Like, why not do that, actually? Instead of the reboot, why not re-release the original anime? Or just re-release the original manga? This is definitely an old publication just by the look. Why not just re-release it like some of the old manga? And you know, Shonen Jump still uses the same type of look for One Piece. They still use this style for One Piece since it's been running in publication since the late 90s. See that? No, other manga are just more creative in their style, their looks. I don't know, the Crescent Moon look wasn't bad, but I'm thinking modern versions better. They're more unique and original. Still for the series. Like, I don't know why they don't re-release this manga. Wouldn't it make sense since, I don't know, we got the reboot out now, and it's doing well. Shonen Jump should re-release the manga to actually tie into it. Get more people interested in watching it. Or vice. But again, if I'm using the anime to get more people interested in the manga. So, smart move. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, Alan and Yahiko are not even listening. I just like they put back the angry overall eyes for the reboot. They didn't use them in previous episodes, they had them. I mean, it was very 90s, so you could really tell the style. You could just tell it was very, very 90s. So, yeah, be tricky doing reboots. Yeah, reboots. Why the fuck have I not rebooted Yu Yu Hakusho yet? That one needs a reboot to be more modern. They rebooted Hunter x Hunter, yet that's rushed. But Yu Yu Hakusho reboot could be good. And take inspiration from the Rurouni Kenshin reboot. I mean, the art style was very, very 90s. Togashi had a very 90s style. And with Yu Yu Hakusho, you could tell he was transitioning the style to the start of his own style. And the generic 80s and 90s style. I'm getting off topic again. Oh, I'm sorry. Alright. Alright, sometime later, I actually get a flashback, which is a scene that from chapter 2, when Kyle was complaining and not having many students. Where it shows a bunch of people gathered up about the Kenshin dojo. But it makes no sense to happen after the... Actually, no, it wasn't a chapter 2, it was in chapter 3. Yeah, he goes introduction. So they moved that scene there. They moved that scene. So it doesn't happen after the Swordsman Police incident. Maybe because they knew the reboot this anime was a classic, iconic, so they took very care to be more faithful to the manga. I'm trying not to step on the boundaries of the original series. Get new people interested, but also not ignoring the original. That's how a good reboot should work. Not rush the story, faithful, but also good in execution. Like, the old anime were faithful sometimes, but sometimes expand the stories to their own things. It's quite common for manga at the time, anime at the time. Notable examples is the Bleach anime in the 2000s. It made drastic changes. It's not that bad, but the better content is... Wow. I wish they, maybe when Kubo's done, they could actually remake the Bleach anime. Like, remake it to tie into the 1,000-year Blood War, keep that style and stuff. I mean, I like to see a reboot of the original anime. What do you think? Original was still good, but I think it deserved to be rebooted to be more faithful. Everything translated properly. Less filler, more good pacing. That way you can get into 1,000 Year Blood War better. I don't know why they never followed that after Bleach's original. I don't know. I get Kubo's 1,000 Year Blood War was still ongoing at the time. But they should have waited. I don't know. I get off topic. Anyway. Yeah, I'm happy about Kenshin's. If they hear because they learn how, because they saw some police incidents, to use the sword of that, then please leave. If you're expecting him to teach them. What's it like, Carol? Going back to chapter 4. Carol's looking for Yahiko where she just solves her. And solves her back, Your usual conflicts, it's usual since it's happened in the manga and anime. Anyway, 2 students coming. This actually was not adapted in the original anime. Chapter 4 was not properly adapted. One of the scenes was, it was shoved around to episode 3, which adapted the Soul Smooth Police chapter from chapter 2. I don't know why, but the reboot added a little better. Actually having Yahiko appear, a little more for the episode and at the chapter 3 to the start of chapter 2, after the opening airs. Be more coherent sound in the next episode. It's actually really clever. Also, Yahiko's been added into chapter 3 in the flashback for chapter 3. Right, just Roman students of Karo show up. Ask for help. She asked what happened. When we saw some goons drunkards messing about and just tried to stop them, and they had a whole army of them and they just ran away. So attacked by them and then in a dojo. But Yakuyo catches on. Anyway, where's catching this? Well, Carl's sending out shopping at all times. Anyway, Yakuyo tells Carl she's stupid for believing them that easily. They smell like booze this whole time. So means they're the ones who picked the fight in the first place. And it was true. Carl didn't even doubt them. She trusted them easily. They just used his skills for that. Oh well. They wanted to give them that, but they still get attacked because they're after them now too. Then Kenshin comes in to save them and beats their asses. He also tells the 2 Roman students to forget they were ever students here and to never pick up a sword ever again. What he did was disrespectful to the sword and the teachings of Karo and her father. Actually, Karo was going to sacrifice himself, but Yahiko stepped in, After that, Yahiko makes the decision to actually be Karo's student, seeing how skilled and brave she was. Willing to do anything, even though those students did bad for her, she was willing to protect them. So, he agrees to be her student. And help clean out the store. And so, this 11th year, the Meiji era, is the big off to an interesting start. Where it'll go next. Episode ends, but we get a post-credit scene introducing us to our next character who will be in the focus in the next episodes. Fighter for hire Sanosuke Sagawa. I don't have to hide his name because his name's in the preview. As he beats up those guys from earlier. Who were picking a fight with him. Sanosuke's new voice, not bad, but I think I need more. I think to wait for the next episode to hear it more. I like the reboot cast a little more than the original cast. I don't get why Kenshin was played by a female. I see he was younger. I feel like there was a gag about Kenshin's age before. Anyway, this was a little longer. You show about thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy my content, please hit the like button. Want to see more? Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell because it always comes in the future. See you guys tomorrow for more videos. Cure Phoenix out. Also, tomorrow I'll be posting a show about the Pokemon Horizons dub. Easy, I'm going to be playing Persona 5 for the next few hours.